What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It is the Only Sports Podcast. That's right, the Only Sports Podcast. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. How we doing today, Casino?
Doing pretty good. Been tickling that funny bone, and no, not in that way. Community. I started watching Community again, dude. It's so good. So yesterday in our group chat, in our friend chat, we just started posting clips from Community and our favorite cold opens, and I just couldn't stop laughing. So I'm already 4 episodes back into the season one. It's
really good.
So funny.
It's one of the best shows of all time.
It's so well written. Like before the wife and I started putting the kids down last night, there was one that because I was just going through the best of cold opens, and the one where Annie was like, "Oh, I dropped my improv joke class or whatever it was." I dropped it right before the punchline lecture, and like she starts telling something, and then she just like stops.
She's like, "I dropped it right before punchlines. My professor is so old."
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was, and everybody just stares. I was just hysterically just dying. My wife's looking at me, and I'm like, "It's good. Good.
That's a really good joke. That's really
such
funny.
a good joke." He's so old.
That one is a really good joke, and then the one where they throw Abed a Pulp Fiction themed birthday party.
Oh, that's
and
delightful.
Then Shirley is talking about how she saw Pulp Fiction on a plane, but it was edited. So she goes, "That was a very nice 30-minute film about 2 friends who go to breakfast." Like, because everything else is edited out. That's that's the best show ever. If anybody hasn't seen it, Community, go watch it. I don't know what streaming platform is it on.
Right now it's on Hulu or Peacock.
Yeah, so
I'm watching it on Hulu. It's delightful, and in my opinion, there's better rewatchable shows, and I say that because a lot of other shows have a little bit more story, and then they can be funny, but then they can be serious. This is just straight comedy and just bits the entire show, and it is the greatest. Like, if you just want to watch a funny comedy show, you have to watch it. You will laugh from start to finish.
Also, the Dean might be the best character in television history.
I think he is the best character in television history. He's
you know what?
phenomenal.
I agree. Yeah, he's the best. But we are not here to talk about Community. That'll be for our Community podcast, which I would love to start.
Dude.
But we are here today to talk about...
It might be more successful than this.
We are here for week 12 of the NFL season. We're going to be doing our picks, talk about some other things as well, maybe some college football. But first, Casino, let's jump just right into our picks. I did not even do a good, a bad, and the ugly for this week. So we'll just have to play the old one. Because, I mean, it would be the same one, except I would change that. Oh, this one I didn't even put there you go, week 12. Because usually I put week 12 right there. So for the good, the bad, the ugly, Casino, we always start with the ugly, but actually this week, let's start with the good games first. We're switching it up.
Like 2?
I think there is 3. No, there's 4.
Okay.
We got 4 good ones.
You'll have to sell me on a couple of those then.
Well, since we're going backwards, let's start with Monday night to begin with, and we will start with the Carolina Panthers 6-5 at 7-4 San Francisco 49ers. Who you got?
Man, I've got to go the Panthers on this one. I've got to give them credit where credit's due, right? Got to go with the Panthers. They're 6-5. We don't know how they're 6-5, but here's the thing: we also don't know how the Niners are 7-4.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to figure out which team you just want to cheer for here. I want to cheer for the Panthers because I just don't care about the Niners. Ever since Jerry Rice retired, I was like, that team sucks. Ever since then, just couldn't stand them. And I guess
Yeah.
now I have to dislike the Niners somewhat. I get we got the Raiders here, right? I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the thing, but and I'm tired of seeing Mac Jones do well because we had a decent quarterback. We just couldn't figure it out at head coach. All
Well,
right.
now it's Purdy for
Well,
this
I know
game,
Purdy's
right?
back in there, but it's still
Yeah.
he's part of that team. He helped him get to that 7-4.
True.
But I like what Bryce Young did last week, right? So this is our upset pick of the week because I know that you're probably going Panthers as well. You can give your reasons here in a minute, but right now, Niners are laying at home -6.5. This has got to be upset of the week. Panthers are going to pull it out. I just believe.
Yeah, I am also going with the Panthers, which is shocking that we have the same upset pick for a team that is on the road traveling to San Francisco. Now, again, San Francisco could easily blow out this Panthers team. I
But
think that is an
here's the
option.
thing. You say that it's odd that we have the same. It's not odd for me to pick this. I've been picking the crazy upset picks of the week. You've been going upset picks of the week that are like -1, -2, and you're like,
Well, I've been
oh
going
yeah,
with
that's
my heart, Casino. My
sure.
heart.
No, you're going with the easy upset possibles. I'm going with the swinging for the fences. Here's one right here. Carolina Panthers. What is your reasoning?
The Carolina Panthers. So my reasoning is the offense is, at
You're
least on
wrong.
paper, the off, and also we'll shout this guy out right here. He said 6'7". So based on that, he's got to be 12 because my 12-year-old says that all the time. So
Well, I mean, he's not wrong. Panthers 6 wins. Niners
that's
7 wins.
that is true.
That's what he's referencing, right? That's finally what this is all meant. 6-7 is just referencing the Panthers and the Niners.
Well,
Figured
have
it
you
out.
seen
Finally.
the new buzzwords with my child and his cousins who are the same age? Is there was an episode of The Simpsons where little Bart was always calling Homer Homer. So then Homer always tries to get him to call him Dad. So he's like, "Can you call me Dad? Dad, Dad?" And then little Bart goes, "Duh, duh, duh, Domer." And so he calls him Domer, right? And then Homer starts choking him. So now all the kids just say Domer. And it's from that one specific part. And my
Okay,
son
but
showed it.
in what context
Dude, I don't
do
know.
they use that? Like,
I don't know. 30,
that's my thing.
35 years old.
You can make up, I mean, generations and, make up whatever you want. We made up plenty of things when we were younger, but they had meaning, right? I
Well,
remember
these have meanings. I just don't know what the meaning is.
6'7" apparently doesn't mean anything. I've talked to probably 15 people, like kids, that anywhere from the age of 5 to 18, because Halloween and we're around all these young kids, et cetera, at parties, and they couldn't. They just tell me that doesn't mean anything. It means like skippity dee or skippity doo. Okay, what does that mean? I don't know. So
we just sound like old man yelling at clouds right now. Old man yelling at
but
clouds.
here's the thing. It has meaning, man. Like when we grew up, all the things that we said, it had meaning.
Also, when we were growing up, we listened to a song that said nothing really matters. So I feel like that's Queen song is never more evident than right now. But back to this game, Casino, for that tangent. What is it for?
It makes me so furious.
That's because you're a domer. We have for the defense right now, we have the 49ers at 25th in the league in total defense, the Panthers at 15th. So there is a 10 there's a 10 spot difference between the Panthers having a better defense than the 49ers. At one point during this season, the Panthers had a top 10 defense. The 49ers defense has just been kind of surviving this season, just with nobody. Again, them and the Dolphins in the offseason lost pretty much every name on their on their defensive starting side. And now the Dolphins, after losing Jalen Phillips, have kind of completed the, season-long arc they started in the preseason where they just get rid of all their good players. Now, offensively, however, the 49ers are 10th in the league in total offense. Panthers are 22nd in the league in total offense. So you look at this game, and it's really a tale of two different things, which is 49ers have about as much of a better a better offense as the Panthers do a better defense. So which one of those wins out? I think the line is that way because the 49ers are at home, and on paper, they are clearly the better team. But when you watch the games, the Panthers are feisty, man. They're feisty. And after what we saw last week, again, in that big performance by Bryce Young, I just think they can go into San Francisco with this renewed sense of confidence. They are also one game out of somehow leading the NFC South. If we get at the end of the season a Bears division winner in the NFC North and a Panthers division winner in the NFC South, I don't even know what the NFL is anymore.
And the Patriots in the AFC East.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just going to be everything is just going to be topsy-turvy, upside down. So
the season's been great.
It has been great because there's been so many unpredictable. Also, if the Panthers and Bears get in, the Patriots get in, winning that division, and the Chiefs miss it, this might be the best playoffs of all time. All time.
I'm so excited. I really hope that works out.
But we've spent enough time on this game. We're going both the upset picks.
Yeah, we're already limited on time this week anyway. Yeah.
Also, next week, we're going to have to talk about, because next week's going to be weird with Thanksgiving, and I'm going on a 10-day trip. So, it's going to be weird. 10 days. Next up, let's talk about one of the other 4 good games this week. The 6-4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the 8-2 Los Angeles Rams. Who you got in this one, Casito?
This is going to be an amazing game, but you got to go with the LA Rams. They're just a more complete team. They can finish games. The Tampa Bay Bucs, I like them. I like them a lot. Look what they just did against Buffalo. But, questions. Is Buffalo a good team, right? So I like Tampa. They're just not going to have enough firepower with Godwin out, with Evans out, right, to compete with this Rams team. It's going to be where they're going to be close for the majority of the game and then just fall off a cliff.
Yeah. I think I agree where I think this will be competitive early on, and then I could see kind of last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, Rams start pulling away. Bucs, valiantly fight back and then just don't have it in them to kind of defeat this team that I think both you and I would agree is a much better team right now. If you want to factor that in with injuries, all that kind of stuff, I'm still taking the Rams. Both of them are pretty similar in everything outside of time of possession per game, where the Buccaneers are 10th or 9th in the league in times they hold on to the ball. I don't think that will matter in this game because the Rams can score pretty much at will. It's not like they're a dink and dunk kind of grind their way down the field. They're a big play, get the ball into Nakua or Devontae Adams' hands and, score
right
1-2 plays. So I think, again, with the Rams, we've seen that month-long stretch where Stafford was throwing 4 touchdowns a game, no turnovers. He was on this historic pace. And then he met a really good defense in the Seahawks. Still played a good game, just not up to the standards we've seen him have the rest of the season. So I think when it comes to the Rams and Bucs, I think it'll be more akin to what we saw, let's say, against the 49ers or the Jaguars, which is just all of a sudden, this is a 28-21 game, and then you turn around, you're doing something, you look back, and all of a sudden you turn around, and then all of a sudden it's 42-28, and you're like, how the hell did the Rams do that? So I'm going with the Rams. I don't think
that's kind of essentially what it was for the Bucs, the Bucs Bills game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be almost a repeat of that. I think Baker will still have a good game. They'll kind of sell at the end, but I'm going Rams in a victory that will look better on paper than when you're actually watching the game. Okay. Our next one, Casino. We're 2-2 right now. This one I know we differ on just from our TikToks. Go follow us on TikTok. The game of the week, I think for most people, it is for me. I don't know if it's going to be the best game. I'm not picking it as the best game, but I am picking it as the game I'm most interested to watch. 8-2 Indianapolis Colts at 5-5 Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. Who you got in this one, Casino?
So it opened and it has stayed at -3 for KC. I'm going with KC on this one because last week was a very important win and a must win if they wanted to chase down the division.
Yes.
This week is a must win if they want to chase down the playoffs. Because, I mean, who knows? We'll get to this one, the one next, Houston Bills. But I truly think Baltimore will take down the Jets. And I do think Jacksonville will take down the Cardinals. So that's win-win. Those were we'll get to those games. But with that happening, the Kansas City Chiefs, they need this. They have to win this if they want to chase down a spot in the wild card. If they don't, they still have a chance, right? They can still have a chance to win, make it into the playoffs. But it will be a very tough stretch for them to do so. I mean, this team finally has all their pieces in, right? They came off a bye, had all their pieces, and they lose to an in-division opponent, the Broncos, who they called not a good team. So
yeah,
this has to be a must win for the Chiefs. Just has to be. This is their season. I have to pick the Chiefs on this one based off of that. Am I going to cheer for the Colts? Yes. Do I want the Colts to lose though? Kinda, because then the Patriots get a better seating spot. I really am torn on this game. So I've got to go with the Chiefs. I hope the Colts win, but I will be mad that the Colts win. But I kind of need the Colts to lose. I don't know. Colts, Chiefs, go Chiefs, go Colts.
Yeah,
That dude. Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to cheer. Like I don't want to watch this game. Best case scenario, they tie, and yeah, best case scenario, they tie. That's what I need.
Well, I do not have any dog in this fight outside of me just not wanting the Colts, or I'm sorry, not wanting the Chiefs to make the playoffs.
It makes it easy for you. You get to cheer for the Colts and just have your day with it.
Yeah, I'm going to be cheering for the Colts like it's my own team against this Chiefs team. Again, the only thing that scares me is the Chiefs being at home. I know they're a much better team at home than they have been on the road, clearly, from what we saw last week, even coming after a bye, but also the way we have been talking about the Chiefs for, the whole Mahomes, Andy Reid era since they've linked up. I don't feel like you can talk about them the same way, because before it was, they were this automatic, they were that automatic, they were guaranteed almost a victory after a bye week and all that kind of stuff. Now all that's out the window, right? They were owners of this division for 7 years, even before that when it was Reed and Alex Smith. And now again, that division got a lot better with the quarterbacks, with the defenses, especially with the head coaches.
You want to know what's crazy? Is KC still has the third best odds to win the Super Bowl as of right now.
Yeah, that's because it's nostalgia. Right now they are
that's because there's a script in, right? And this team is gonna make it in, they're gonna get the 7th seed, and then they're gonna win out.
Yeah. But right now,
just saying that made me just want to puke.
But see, that won't happen because the Chiefs at home are 4-1. The Chiefs on the road this season are 1-4. So if they have to go on the road, they're not a good road team, especially this year.
And and you are writing the script for the documentary.
They have the same road records as the Atlanta Falcons, the New Orleans Saints, the Washington Commanders, and the Las Vegas Raiders.
I don't even care. I mean, I do, but I don't care if New England gets a higher seed. I just need the Kansas City Chiefs to lose.
Or, okay, what would you rather?
No, I'm choosing the Chiefs. What's up?
Would you prefer the Chiefs just straight up miss the playoffs, or would you prefer the Chiefs to make the playoffs, play the Patriots in the first or second round, and get annihilated by them?
I can't. They got to miss the playoffs. I can't give the Chiefs hope.
Yeah, I would agree. Because again, it's going to be one of those things. If the
Because
Chiefs somehow
if
make the playoffs,
they
everybody's
make
going
the
to be scared of
playoffs
them.
and then they go into say New England, just say it happens. New England gets the number 1 seed, and they win their first game and then they get to host the AFC Championship game. Just say that happened, which I mean, it's not too far fetched of an option right now, but just say that happened and the Chiefs come in and win and go to the Super Bowl and my team doesn't. I might. Oh, I don't know what I would do. I might have to go lock myself in a room.
Oh my God. Again, the two best things that could happen for this podcast would be twofold. One, the Eagles Patriots meet in the Super Bowl. That's the best thing that could happen for the show. The second best thing that could happen for the show is the Chiefs play the Patriots in the playoffs and they beat them. That would be, I mean, for you personally, that would be devastating. For the show, that might be a top 3 episode coming after that. That would be fantastic.
Explain your reasoning, because you just sound like a complete dick right now. I would never wish that upon you.
You literally said at the start of the season, you think Eagles go undefeated the entire season, get to the Super Bowl, and then lose to the Bills.
I think it was lose to the Ravens.
Oh, lose to the Ravens. Yeah. So
because I just think that the teams over in the AFC are collectively better, and they play, they're better than the NFC teams. There's more good teams in the AFC than they are in the NFC. And I think they'll just be battle ready, battle tested. Let's go. But that's all. It was a hot take. It was a hot take. I didn't say anything about your team losing to the Chiefs. Okay.
Hey, I did not say I don't want the Chiefs in the playoffs. I don't want them to see you.
No, the greatest thing that would ever happen to this show is if I got my pick right, and then that's all you blast over the internet for 2 weeks was,
the Chiefs.
Casino got this pick right. Casino said the Chiefs weren't making the playoffs, and they didn't make the playoffs. Like,
I'll tell you what, when I picked last year the Eagles and Chiefs to be the Super Bowl matchups and the Eagles to get their revenge, and that is actually what happened, it did feel good when people in the comments were like, wow, good job. You picked it right. It did feel good. So I want you to feel that. As far as getting back to this game, Casino, I am picking the Colts. Again, I think the Chiefs, you've seen the chinks in their armor this season. You've seen Mahomes kind of revert back to what the I guess issues were with him coming out of college, which was he's a little bit too much gunslinger. He's a little bit too much just throw it up there and kind of see what happens. And in the past month where they've been, or pretty much this entire season, they've been a lot of pick sixes. There's been a lot of interceptions. That interception last week he threw against the Broncos in the red zone, that might have been the worst interception he's thrown since he's been in the league. That was bad. That was obvious. I'm going with the Colts.
I want the Colts to win. I want the Colts to win. I don't care if the Patriots have to go through another team. Colts got to win. Colts got to win. Chiefs,
especially again, the Colts got extra time. They've had 2 full weeks. The Chiefs, the game they needed to win was the Broncos. That was the one they set their sights on. It was not this Colts game. So I hope they were overlooking their this game while the Colts were just laser focused on them. So I'm picking the Colts. Obviously, it's going to be a 1-score game because that's just how every Chiefs game is. But I think Colts have enough to pull it out. And again, you think if you're a Chiefs fan, you think losing to Bo Nix on the road was bad. Imagine how bad it's going to feel losing to Daniel Jones at home. That's going to be it's going to be so good.
Oh, I need it.
At
this point, I would, with the Patriots being pretty much a lock for the playoffs, pretty much, right, to at least make the playoffs. I'm happy with that, and whatever happens. I'm already so happy with how this season is for the Patriots that we could go 50-50 from here, and I would still be happy, make the playoffs, win maybe a game, and then you start the next season with all this cap space and, feeling good about yourself. 100%, I'm okay with that. I need the Chiefs to not make the playoffs.
And you know what? I am picking this as my best game of the week. I'm going best game of the week, this one. Also, before we get into the next game, let's put these up on the screen.
Sorry.
Wildly Even says, hello, everybody. What's going on?
Hello.
We have Lynx Kistar, who just put this monster emoji. I like that. This guy
Halloween's
said,
past, but okay.
Abigail Aguilar says, what do you got on Cardinals leading the Steelers? I don't know what that means. The Cardinals and Steelers do not play each other this week. So I don't know what you're talking about, but what do we got on it? Nothing, because it's not happening. Now let's move on to the next game.
Yeah, and the Steelers have a better record than the Cardinals, and
yeah, I don't know what that means. So the last
resend. Thank you.
But the last game does involve the Steelers in the good games this week. That's because we are talking about the 6-4 Steelers at the 7-3 Chicago Bears. Now, again, we could put this in mid because it is most likely going to be Mason Rudolph on the Steelers, but Mason Rudolph came in last week, didn't look too bad. He didn't look too bad. This is maybe the best weapons he's had. I don't think he played with AB, but if he did since AB, I just think Mason Rudolph looked good. The Bears, again, how the hell are the Bears 7-3?
Whoa. Don't say hell with the Bears. All right. They have a higher power that is taking them to the promised land right now. Okay.
That is how you answered it. That's the question.
Yeah, 100%. The poping from Chicago, like that is a thing. They are notoriously the choke artists. And yeah, the Pope came in, gave him the Heimlich. Guess what? No, they're crushing it.
You know what? If because the Pope is now a Bears fan, if the Bears go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl after the new Pope is elected, my whole family is Catholic. I am just agnostic. I don't care. I will start being Catholic again if the Bears win the Super Bowl. So that's what
you're gonna redo your vows with your wife.
Yeah, and we're gonna do them Catholic vows. I'll rejoin the church, whatever it is.
That was still one of the funniest things ever.
So yeah, with this game, Casino, again, you can say how the hell are the Bears 7-3. You can also say how the hell are the Pittsburgh Steelers 6-4 because
we know how they're 6-4. It's because they're going to be a 500 team. Remember how they started going crazy at the beginning of the season? We're like, oh, we underestimated the Steelers. Well, guess what? They came back down to earth, right?
Yeah,
they did, and they're just going to be that 9-8 team that we said they were going to be.
Yeah. Do you think? Well, we both think
they won't make the playoffs.
No, I think the Ravens come in, steal that division away from the Steelers.
Too.
Steelers are kind of on the outside looking in because it looks like, especially in the AFC, it looks like you need to be at least a 10-win team to even.
It's what I've been saying all year. 10 wins, you're on the bubble. 11 wins, it comes to head, and then 12 wins, you're in.
Yeah. And again, those bubble teams are Jaguars. It's most likely going to be Steelers because we think Ravens come up, and then Houston Texans. So Steelers might get in if you think Kansas City misses the playoffs because they would be the only other option to get in because there'd be the 3 wildcard spots. So it'd have to either be Steelers, Texans, Chiefs, or Jaguars. It'd have to be one of those. So we want the Steelers to get in if it means
I want every team to get in. Yeah.
If it means no Chiefs.
If it means no Chiefs.
But as far as this game goes, Casino, who you picking?
Why am I totally blanking here?
Bears or Steelers?
Thank you. Sorry, my mind went back to Chiefs just not winning a single game, and I was in that train of thought. Going Bears on this one. They got the higher power, and yep, the Steelers, they got to stay as close to 500 as they possibly can, right?
Yeah, I think
it's written in all the things, and 100%.
Now, the only thing with this game is obviously we know the players on the offense. Defensively, the Bears are number 1 in the league in total defensive interceptions and number 1 in the league in total turnover differential at plus 16.
Yeah, they got their defense figured out. Remember how last year their defense was just crushing it in those categories. And then they kind of started out the year. It's everybody trying to feel themselves out, trying to figure it out. I think with the offense being able to stay on the field a little bit more. And yes, the Bears, Caleb and Ben Johnson, they're still working it out. I don't care. Okay. Yep. Oh,
I'm just
there you go. Yeah. And then the Bears, Caleb and Ben Johnson, they still got to figure some things out. But the fact that they can stay on the field a little bit longer has helped this defense not be as tired late in the games, and that's where they're getting some of these picks and getting some of these things done. So got to go with the Bears.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bears as well. I just think, again, they have that turnover differential. The one thing the Steelers do have that I think will greatly benefit them in this game is they are third in the league in total sacks with 33. So Caleb holds onto the ball a lot. He scrambles a lot. I think this is one of those games where it's going to be a lot closer than it probably should be, especially with the Steelers playing their backup quarterback, only because I feel like this is a almost guarantee 5-sack game incoming from the Steelers getting to Caleb Williams, but I think he'll be able to survive it. I think this will be a good game. It'll be close, but in Chicago at Soldier Field, I'm taking the Bears, who will be 8-3, which will be just astounding. Like astounding. What if the Bears get the number 1 seed in the NFC? Like that's a real possibility because again, Bucs could easily beat the Rams. And then Philly could lose to the Cowboys because again, did you see what the Cowboys did on Monday night? But those are all the good games. Let's go to the mid games casino. And for the mid games, the first mid game is
I'm hip.
the Thursday night game. That is the 7-3 Buffalo Bills at the 5-5 Houston Texans. Who you got in this one?
I got to go with Buffalo Bills on this one. Josh Allen coming off that 6-touchdown game, right? That's unheard of. I think what is only done 2 other times in NFL history. A quarterback had 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. Just absolutely insane. And I think he was embarrassed. And whatever happened, whatever was going on with him playing Miami, that he came out and did that. And if they want any chance of catching the Patriots in the division, they have to win this. If they lose this, it's over. They will not be able to catch the Patriots, even if they beat the Patriots, in their later matchup. But they need this win. And I think they're going to get it. Texans, I do like that they're surging, but I don't have any faith in them, especially with Mills back there. I just can't expect them to do much.
Yeah, I do think, again, every Thursday night game this year has been weird. I do think this one will also be weird because, again, when it comes to the Texans, the things people forget are the best defenses in the league right now. The top 3 are Broncos at 3, Browns at 2, Texans at 1. So the Texans have by far the best defense in the league. They are averaging about 30 yards less per game and about 19 touchdowns compared to the Browns, who have allowed 25. So they are very clearly the best defense in the entire NFL right now with the Texans. So again, you're playing on a short week. You're going to Texas. So the Bills are traveling there. We saw how weird that first game was against Miami where they played it on Thursday night. I just think, again, Bills are clearly the better team, but we've seen the clearly better team on these Thursday night games either struggle or just straight up lose for pretty much the entire season. So I don't think you can really take the Thursday night games into account in terms of determining if teams are good or bad, but you're playing at home. You have the best defense in the league. You have Davis Mills, who has been starting for 2 weeks, but has made some plays. Like that first game he started, he had 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown, like almost single-handedly won that game. So I am going with the Bills, but I don't think this is going to be a blowout or as close as, or as big of a margin of victory as many people think it is going to be. I'm almost leaning towards Texans in the upset, but I'll go Bills casino. But obviously, if the Texans win this game, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Your camera's back on. Good job.
Yeah. For those who don't know, the last 10 seconds, I've just tried to get my focus back on me. I had to go let my dogs out.
Now for the mid games, I really only think there's probably 2 left, and then just a bunch of just bad games.
Ugh.
And
yeah, it's the opposite from last week. We were blessed last week with some of the best football of the entire 5 years.
Yeah,
for a single week. This is bad.
This is going to be a rough week. let's go the last two mid games, then we'll just kind of hurry through all the bad ones. The mid games, Minnesota Vikings 4-6 at 6-3-1 Green Bay Packers. It's in Lambeau. Who you got for this one, Casino?
You got to go the Packers in Lambeau. I mean, I don't have any trust with this identityless. Is that a word?
Sure.
Green Bay has no identity. There we go. And I don't trust them at all. But I don't trust 9 more. And I'm referring to JJ McCarthy, for those of you who don't know, his alter ego as of 2 weeks ago, 9, his jersey number. Which, you know what? Slap in the face to a really underrated movie, 9. Yeah. But yeah.
I don't think I ever saw it.
I got to go with Green Bay. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of get that oranges green good enough. But yeah, I think again, you got to go Green Bay Packers. That does more look like Seahawks. We'll go.
It's the Seahawks green that you have on there. Yeah, 100%.
We will go both with the Packers in this game. Again, I don't believe in 9 at all. I don't believe in this Vikings team at all. What happened to this Vikings team was they let Sam Darnold go and just said, oh, we can easily recreate this next year without Sam Darnold. And then turns out you can't just plug and play any quarterback you want into this offense and just expect it to work, because you went from a 14-win team to a 4-win team now. Clearly the worst team in that division, especially with how the Bears have been surging. So yeah.
But you know what's crazy is, so you mentioned getting rid of Darnold, and you're like, okay, you know, he turns over the ball. But you know what his weakness is? His weakness is he couldn't deal with the pass rush. You figure that out on that offensive line, guess what? You probably have the best record in the NFL right now.
Oh.
But no, you decided to go off of him and go, no, you're the problem, not anything else. And we're going to go with this guy who's unproven. Go fuck yourself.
Right. But it's also one of those things where you look at the Packers, and again, you can see every, sports analyst on TV, every former player, every quarterback who used to play in the NFL just go, oh, actually, Jordan Love, by every quarterbacking metric, is number one top 5 quarterback in this league.
I don't get it. I don't
understand. And then you watch him play the games.
I was thinking about this. Do you think it's just because he got paid and now they have to say, well, because he got paid, he's this good?
I don't know. Again, because on paper, stat-wise, all that kind of stuff, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's got 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 67% completion percentage. Great. Right?
It's on the paper, eye test. Watching him play just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right. And I've kind of defended him. Even against you, I've defended him, where I'm like, he can sling the football. He has got a bullet, rocket arm, whatever you want to call it. He can sling that football.
Also, Bandit JV said Vikings had Daniel Jones last year too. Great point. They had Daniel Jones.
That's a great point.
And didn't they? No, they didn't have Baker. Who else did they have? They had one more guy who's now like a starting quarterback somewhere. I can't remember. But at one point they had Darnold, or no, I'm thinking of the Panthers, who at one point had Darnold and Baker Mayfield. The Vikings had Daniel Jones. They had had Sam Darnold. Hell, they even had Kirk Cousins, who was doing pretty good for him. And now they have JJ McCarthy, who in his entire career has had one good quarter of football. Literally one. That Monday Night Football game, he had that one good quarter. But go on with what you're saying about the Packers, Casino. Sorry. I just thought that comment was really good.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say. All right. But no, that was a great point. Like, just what are you doing, Vikings?
Yeah.
Like, and then you know what the problem was last year. You can see it over in Seattle. Sam Darnold getting pressured. Once they figured out that offensive line, the coaches studied it. They've had more than half the season so far to study it. They can get to Sam Darnold now. He struggles with the scramble. That's just something that he's not good at. But when he's in that pocket, he's pretty clean, right? For the most part, pretty clean when he's not pressured. So all they had to do was figure that out. So Minnesota, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, and then Packers, again, the reason I don't believe in Seattle or in the Packers or in a couple of these other teams that have just kind of bubbled up this season is just because I
You
don't.
mean Minnesota, not Seattle? Seattle's good.
No, I don't believe in Seattle.
You don't believe in Seattle?
No,
You're
I've
crazy.
seen Sam Darnold for the past 3 weeks. I saw him in the
Okay.
playoff game last year. I don't. You think, honestly,
We've
if
already done this.
I know,
Can you
I
say
know,
yes? And I said yes.
I
I
can,
can. I
I can.
can. The defense
Uh,
is so good, and they've got weapons. They've got the best receiver in the game. Like, come on.
well,
You gotta throw them, bone. You've said it yourself, out of the mouth of babes, because you're pretty good looking. Out of the mouth of, yeah, there it is. You said if you have a top 15 defense and a somewhat competent offense, you
yeah,
can go and make a run. You can win the Super Bowl. And Seattle does have a competent offense.
offense.
There
Yeah,
you go.
and
Sorry, I
again,
was doing the punchline thing that Annie was doing. Like, sorry.
and it's been such a competent offense that it's turned the ball over like 9 times in the past 2 weeks. It's
Okay.
really competent.
Wow, 2
And
weeks.
again, I've
Against
seen.
some of the better team against they played the Rams, bro.
Well, but again, they're going to have to play the Rams to get to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
we've seen the
Dude, they had
Packers.
4 turnovers. They had 4 turnovers, almost 6 turnovers, and they lost by 2 points. They had a chance to drive. They
Yeah.
had the chance to go down, drive, and kick a field goal and win against the
And did
Rams.
they? They did
No,
not.
but they were there.
But
They were
again,
there. So it's
if
funny because you back me when I say the Patriots in that Steelers game, right? That Patriots and Steelers game where I was like, well, Patriots were pretty much in it. They just had a whole bunch of penalties and they had 5 turnovers, yet they were only down a touchdown with a chance to go down and tie it. And you're
yeah,
like, yeah, I agree. But now you can't agree with me when the Seahawks put up 4 turnovers and almost 6 turnovers and they only lost by they
no,
had
I
a better chance
agree.
to go win.
I
And you
agree
say that
with you on that point.
I don't
I
know.
don't agree with you on the point that we've seen anything from Sam Darnold in big games to warrant us just sitting here being like, oh, yeah, this Sam Darnold led team can win 3 games in the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl. Like, no. Even if they got if they got the number 1 seed and that first game was in Seattle and it's Seattle versus the Rams in Seattle, the divisional round, who are you picking, the Rams or the Seahawks, knowing
I
that Stafford is on one side and Darnold is on the other?
I would probably pick Seattle because they're at home. In a close
See,
game, that we just saw, where Seattle did that on the road.
yeah. See, I'm the opposite.
I think it would be the exact same score, but just flop damn near. So,
yeah.
all right.
Which also we can use that as a segue because those are all the mid games. Now, actually, no, one more mid game. Let's go with my team, the 8-2 Philadelphia Eagles at 4-5-1 Cowboys. Mid because it's divisional. The Cowboys have the second best offense in the entire NFL. Who you got in this game, Casino? Or right now it's third, only behind the Colts and the Bills. So who you got in this one, Casino? Cowboys or my Philadelphia Eagles?
I'm going with your Philadelphia Eagles because they are right there, 1-2 punch with the Rams at the top of the entire NFL, and you got to go with them, right? The Cowboys technically have a shortened week, and I don't care how good they looked here in Vegas. They played in Vegas against the Raiders, so yeah. And you know what? They didn't even look that great doing it. I'll just say it. But no, I'm going Eagles on this one. Your defense looks stout. They've held your last 2 opponents to under 10 points. Like this team is looking good. They're coming together. And that offense, I don't care how much people say, oh, Jalen Hurts this, Jalen. I don't need you to go on a soapbox right now, by the way.
No.
I'm going to defend him enough that, he is a good, competent quarterback. Yes, the whole AJ Brown thing is weird and they need him off the team, but guess what? You didn't get rid of him at the trade deadline. You're stuck with him. He is still a decent player. And if he doesn't want to play and try to go win a Super Bowl, which the Eagles are in contention for, well, then fuck off, right? At that point. So you just won't get the ball. And I really hope that Jalen Hurts is like, all right, I know that you're all pissy about it, but guess what? I have other players that can catch the ball, right? So going with the Eagles on this one. They just look like the more complete team, as I was saying. And, Eagles like humiliating the Cowboys. So,
The funniest thing is all you hear about, especially when it comes to the Cowboys, especially when it comes to these standalone games where it's like that offense is so potent. Did you see Dak Prescott had 4 touchdowns and all this kind of stuff? Both Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott right now have the same amount of touchdowns on the season. They both have 22 touchdowns. The only
wow.
difference is one of those touchdowns for Dak Prescott is a rushing touchdown, and 6 of them are a rushing touchdown for Hurts. So you look at that, Hurts has the same amount of touchdowns as Dak Prescott, about 500 yards less passing, and about 6 fewer turnovers. So all you hear about all season is how good and how elite of a quarterback Dak Prescott is and how much of a bum Jalen Hurts is and all this kind of stuff. They have the same number of touchdowns, and Hurts has less turnovers. The only category that, Dak Prescott has more than is yards. And again, that's because in most of these Cowboys losses, they have gotten blown out to the point where it's just at the end, all you have to do is throw to try to get back into this game. Now, again, the Cowboys and Eagles have the 2 of the hardest schedules in the league because that's just how it worked out. If you're in the NFC East this year, you got the hard schedule. That being said, the Eagles had a front-loaded hard schedule. The Cowboys have a back-loaded hard schedule. So they haven't even played the hardest stretch of games they're going to play this season. Now, that all being said, the one time I was like, oh, Eagles are going to annihilate the Giants on Thursday night, that was when the Eagles lost. So in the vein of reverse jinx, I will be picking the Cowboys, but what I honestly think is going to happen is I think this will be a close game early at halftime. It might be tied or the Cowboys winning by 3 points. And then I just think the second half of the game, they're going to start getting pressure on Dak Prescott, hitting him, getting him out of rhythm. The DBs for the Eagles are going to lock up both CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. And then I just think it's going to be one of those games where everybody going into halftime is going to be like, oh, Cowboys got this. They're going to win in the upset. And then Eagles just come back, win pretty handily. And everybody, including Eagles fans and myself, will be wondering how the hell is this Eagles team 9-2 when their offense just looks as bad as it does. But again, their offense looks as bad as it does, and everybody praises the Cowboys offense. The yards separating both the Eagles and Cowboys offense or offensive numbers are not as wide of a chasm as the media would have you believe. Look at them on paper. Hurts is 5 yards away from being at 2,000 yards. Dak Prescott is 20 yards away from being at 2,600 yards. So again, the difference is 600 yards, and they have the same amount of touchdowns. Prescott has about 5 or 6 more turnovers than Jalen Hurts does. So again, do not believe everything you hear because this Eagles offense, everyone says is struggling. They've played some of the best teams in the league, and they're right there with the Cowboys offense in terms of yards, touchdowns, all that kind of stuff. So I am picking the Cowboys for the reverse jinx. Casino's picking the Eagles. There you go. Next up, now we're just gonna have to start running through some of these ugly games because, like Casino said, last week we got a lot of good games, a lot of mid games, and then last week was fun. This week there is just some dog water bad games. So let's start going through them. We'll get Casinos. He had to take an important phone call. When he comes back, we will get his thoughts on these games we already talked about. 2-8 New York Jets at 5-5 Baltimore Ravens. I just think it's Ravens have fully turned their season around. Again, we weren't worried about the offense. The only thing we were worried about for the Baltimore Ravens was you have to get Lamar Jackson back. And when you do, you need to start rolling. That's exactly what they did. But the main question mark for them was, but what if they can't figure out that defense? It kind of looks like they figured out that defense. Whatever it took for them to when Lamar Jackson was gone for them to figure out that defense. I don't know. It appears like it's working. They went from 1-5 to now they are 5-5, beating the Browns, Vikings, Dolphins, and Bears. Again, none of those teams are really good outside of the Bears. And against the Bears, they kind of blew them out. So Ravens are back. Lamar Jackson on the season, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Derrick Henry, 200 yards away from 1,000 yards. So Jets were sellers at the trade deadline. They kind of look like they're just phoning it in. I think Ravens, again, they're going to be 6-5. Pittsburgh, if we do think they're going to lose to the Bears, will then be 6-5, and it's a whole new story in the AFC North. So I know Casino is also going Ravens. It would shock me if he was going Jets, but we're both going Ravens. We'll save the Patriots game for when Casino gets back. So let's move on to the 2-9 New York Giants, the other New York team, against the 6-4 Detroit Lions. This is at home for Detroit. They're back in Detroit at Ford Field. This needs to be one of those statement games where now, after that bad Monday night loss against the Philadelphia Eagles, now when it comes to the Detroit Lions, the question marks have shown itself. Oops. There we go. The question marks have kind of risen and shown themselves where it's like, what is this Detroit team, especially when they have to, play outside, not in a dome, go outside. None of those questions will be answered this week because they're going to be in a dome at home. But it is going to be one of those statement games where it's like, Lions need to get back on track. Dan Campbell's taken over play calling duties. Will this offense still be humming with him calling the plays? So I am picking the Detroit Lions. I think those questions will all be yes. Detroit, this is going to be my blowout of the week. I am picking the Lions to blow out the Giants. And I just think it will be one of those games where you look back on it and you just go, damn, I wish I would have bet money on that, because of course the Lions have something to prove after Monday night. Of course they're going to be in a dome and be able to show all the offensive firepower they couldn't last week because they were outside, and the wins in that game were brutal. So again, you can't put all the blame on Detroit for that game. It was both passing offenses that had to deal. I mean, you were seeing, the videos of the kicks in that game where they were kicking them straight down the line and just the wind was pushing them far to the right. So I think that had a lot to do with why their offense looked so bad and how good that Eagles defense was. But right there, Lions. I know Casino's going Lions as well. Next up, let's go to, we've talked a lot about the Seattle Seahawks. Now let's talk about the actual game they play this week. And that is the 7-3 Seattle Seahawks at 1-9 Tennessee Titans. I know just from when we were doing TikToks, this is Casino's blowout of the week. We're both going Seahawks. Again, pretty much you can pick the blowout of the week to be whatever team plays against the Tennessee Titans, which makes no sense because last year the Titans defense was number 1 in the league. They were actually really good. This year they're 24th in total defense. So offense, we knew would be rough because they just have no pieces. They have nobody on that offense. Cam Ward, again, we have been defenders of him on this podcast, just saying they got nobody, but he also is having a pretty rough season. Again, we're in week 12 and the Tennessee Titans have 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So when you
Sorry
look
about that.
No, Casino's back. Casino, the only games we've talked about have been Jets, Ravens, and Lions, Giants. Obviously, both of those, you were Ravens and Lions. And now we're talking about Seattle Seahawks at Titans, which is your pick for blowout of the week, correct?
Is this one yours as well?
No, I went Lions, Giants.
Okay, because I was going to go Ravens. Oh, sorry. Woo.
Oh, Ravens, Jets?
I was thinking Ravens, Jets. If you were making this one your same, I would like to stay at this one because I believe in Sam Darnold and you don't.
No, I don't at
all. Totally fair. But if you had this one, I thought you had this. We had the same. But I'll stick to this as my blowout. But yes, I agree with you on the other two as well. And yeah, this is definitely my blowout of the week.
Yeah, and for the Titans, again, they have nobody offensively. You and I have never been fans of Pollard. They have nobody on receiving. Even Calvin Ridley, I think he's out for the season now, isn't he? Didn't he just get like an injury last game? I don't know if he's out
Um,
for the season. I'll look
I
it up
have
right
not.
now.
Yeah, I have not checked that. It's funny though when you talk about Pollard and we never liked him. So my coworker, who is the Bears fan, it was like 3 a.m. because I'm always just up late. Got to do things that late. I get home from work, it's that late, right? And so it was 3 a.m. And then all of a sudden, me being the commissioner, all of a sudden I just saw him just start unloading and getting rid of guys and whatnot. And he finally got rid of Pollard. So I hit him up and I was like, about time you got rid of Pollard. He's like, yeah, I don't think I even played him once. I think he's rode the bench at the bottom of my bench the entire season. And I was like,
Yeah.
why do you even have him down there? Like, get him off your team, dude. He's so bad.
Yeah. And also, as of 11 hours ago, Titans put Calvin Ridley on IR. So Calvin Ridley, I did see him suffer an injury. He's out for the season. And as far as the Seahawks go, again, this to me, shockingly, is a prove it game for Darnold. He's had two just horrendous bad games against the Cardinals and then the Rams last week. This should be the easiest bounce back game in the history of bounce back games. This should be a 5 touchdown performance by Darnold.
And the defense is going to put up 3 touchdowns. Sam Darnold's going to put up 4 touchdowns. Like, this is going to be just a murder game.
Now,
out of the week, 100%.
How do you feel about Sam Darnold and this Seahawks team if this is a close game and Darnold has another 2-3 interception game? Let's say he ends with 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown. Then how are you feeling about Darnold coming out of this game?
I feel good about him. You just got to get protected. No, obviously, if that happens, then you kind of got to write him off. But yeah,
you don't think it will?
No, I don't think it will. I think this is going to be an abs. The defense is going to do what they did to the Cardinals. They're going to put up 44 themselves, and then Darnold's going to get about 3 touchdowns. So, I mean, you can easily see this is going to be a 50 burger. This is going to be a 50 burger.
I can't wait.
Between that defense and yes, I know Sam Darnold turns the ball over, but guess what? He can go Jameis Winston this. He can go Jameis Winston this, and he could go in and get a 3-for-3 situation. That defense is going to put up 3. This is a 50 burger type game. I
can't wait to play this back if this game goes sideways. I can't wait to play back this segment.
And that is fine because everybody's expecting this.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I agree.
You're expecting this. I'm expecting this.
Oh, yeah.
If it blows up in our face, it's not, you can't just blow it up in my face. You just gotta blow that up at all sports media and be like, hey, everybody, you guys are idiots. You guys are idiots.
Yeah, but I will say
I'm BJ. I'm the fucking Oracle. Look at me.
That is true. I am. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility where we see a 1 touchdown, 2 interception game from Darnold. I don't think that's out of the possibility. I would honestly say that's more likely than him throwing 5 touchdowns.
Not against this Titans team.
We have 3 more games here, Casino, and they are all brutal. So obviously we're both going Seahawks on that one. Next up, 6-4 Jaguars at 3-7 Cardinals. Honestly, with Brissett in this game, I think I might have put this in mid. Maybe mid. I don't really believe in the Jaguars, even though we kind of have to because they're 6-4. But
dude, they've beaten some good teams, and their losses are against some good teams. Like I'm starting to believe in this team a little bit more than I thought I would. I thought everybody was crazy. My buddy saying the Jags were going to win this division, thought he was crazy. But the Cardinals, yes, we both like Jacoby Brissett, right? I liked him when he played for the Patriots. I liked when he went over to the Colts. He's bounced around from team to team. I think that they have the best backup quarterback in the league, at least most consistent. Let me rephrase: most consistent backup quarterback in the league. He just coming off a game where he completed 47 passes out of 57, which is just insane.
Honestly, an NFL record that might never be broken. Dude, who's going to complete 47 passes? That's crazy.
So many times.
That is a
That's
lot.
so many times. Um, good for him. He's got a record in the books.
Yeah. And
But
that'll be a trivia, a sports trivia thing no one will get 10 years from now. That'll be one
we
of those
will,
ones
or you
that
will. If people who listen to the show,
that bam.
yeah. So the all 7 of them, but the Jaguars, they're gonna win this game. They've got to win this game. They got to stay ahead of the Chiefs. They've just gotta. They've gotta. BJ, they gotta.
I know. If
They gotta.
if the you know how I said all that stuff about me following in the Catholicism if the Bears go to the Super Bowl and win it. If the Jaguars lose this game, I'm right back to just being like, maybe there is no God. Maybe there is no God. so we're both going Jaguars. A lot on the line of this game. Maybe my faith in the Lord is on the line in this game. Last 3 games we have to talk about here, Casino. This is my pick for worst game of the week. I am doing worst game with the 2-8 Cleveland Browns at
you and I
the
have the same
2-8 Las Vegas Raiders. This is, I mean, what do you even say about this game? This is just going to be
the Browns
awful.
are going to win because we know, as you said it best in the TikTok, we know one thing about these 2 teams. The Browns have a great defense.
Yeah, we don't know. This
game is going to end 3-0, and that's it. It's funny because this, obviously the over under is really low on this. I saw it, but let's get to it.
It's what? Let me guess. I'm gonna say 32.5.
No, it's a little higher. It's 36.5, but still, anytime that you have mid-30s in an NFL game, ooh.
Yeah, and also again, Dylan Gabriel.
They have the Raiders winning this game by 3.
I mean, this could potentially be our upset pick of the week.
Now it's 4. No, we're not changing. We're going with Panthers.
Well, no, our upset is still the bigger number is Panthers, but it's crazy to me that the Panthers beating the 49ers is a crazier possibility to Vegas than the Browns beating the Raiders. Like that to me is shocking. But again, Dylan Gabriel, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 80 quarterback rating, 60% completion percentage. He's on the Browns. People are like, "Oh,
he's not playing,
so
right? This is gonna be Shedeur.
No, it's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. Like he didn't look so awful that they're like, we got to make a quarterback change, as if he was the reason they were losing. Like it's like the Browns just are the Browns. They don't have anybody on offense outside of Judkins. Like again, if Shedeur Sanders all of a sudden comes in against this Raiders team, which let's be real, if they were going
4 for 16, 4 for 17, something like that.
He was 4 for 16, 47 yards, a touchdown. He got sacked twice, a quarterback rating of 13. So
then he threw an interception and a fumble.
I think he did, yeah. But again, Gabriel was not as bad as everybody's making him out to be, especially on this Browns team. If Shedeur Sanders comes out, if Shedeur Sanders comes out in this game and is just abysmal, like then what do you do? Because you bench the clearly better rookie quarterback for.
You got rid of Flacco.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know. This Browns team, just what a dumpster fire. Speaking of dumpster fire, let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders, because after what we saw on Monday night, like what even are they? What is this Raiders team? Again, how is Geno Smith still the starting quarterback? 12 touchdowns, 13 interceptions on the season. 12 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. I
don't know, man.
That's insane. This has got to be Browns all day. I'm done talking about this game. This is going to be awful. Worst game of the week. Last 2, Atlanta Falcons 3-7, 2-8 New Orleans Saints. It's so crazy the night and day, because I do actually think this game will be interesting compared to Browns Raiders.
It's going to be more interesting. Don't say that this game is going to be legitimately fun and interesting. It's
compared to the last game, it's going to be more
compared to the last game.
Yes.
Falcons, I honestly think Falcons destroy in this game. They're only favored by 3, but I just have no faith in the Saints. Early on, you and I were like, "Oh, they're scrappy, they're fun." They've just kind of lost their will, right?
Yeah.
The Falcons, we know 2 things about the Falcons. They've got one of the best receivers in the game with Drake London, and they have one of the best running backs with Bijan Robinson. That's it.
Yeah.
right? That and the third thing, we know that they like to rush the quarterback. There you go.
Yeah. Well, we know their defense is also legit. The Ravens or the Falcons defense is good. They
Yeah.
have a good
So
defense.
this is Falcons all day. I don't think we have to talk about it much.
No. And also update on our picks. So Casino is
I guess I
as
think
of
up by 2, right?
no, because yes, because you were winning 82 to 81 last week. You won by 1. So yeah, now it's 93 to 91
Yeah, I'm up
is
by
going
2.
into this season. Yes, so 93 to 91. Casino's winning by
I'm doing all that mental math in my head,
2.
but it's not that hard.
I know, but I had just different numbers written down. So there we go. Casino is winning 93 to 91. We only have 2 games different this week. We have the Colts Chiefs difference and then the Eagles Cowboys difference.
And we have
So
different
and then we have a bunch of different blowouts, best game.
No, we just it's the blowout. We have different blowout. We have the best game is the same. Or maybe no, I don't know.
No,
You have that written down.
I
I
picked
don't.
Chiefs Colts. You didn't pick a best game. What is going to be your best game of the week?
Ooh, I guess I didn't pick it, right? I honestly think Panthers Niners.
Okay. So you're doubling up on that one.
I am.
Best game.
Fun. I'm looking forward to that game.
I do think that's going to be good. Monday night, standalone. Last game we got to talk about, Casino. It's your team, 9-2 Patriots at 3-7 Bengals. Who you got in this one?
I know I got myself a 6-pack coming my way because the Patriots are going to win and my buddy's going to owe me some beer because he said there was no way my team was going to be a 10-win team this year. Hey, guess what? Your Packers suck. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, sometimes he listens to this show, so I hope he heard this one. But yeah, Patriots all day. So there are, as of today, you did have Joe Burrow as a full participant. We'll see if that goes through. But even if he is, they lost Jamar Chase, right? Because he did not just spit, he loogied a full from the bottom of the depths of hell in his gut. He spit a loogie up right on Ramsey.
Dude, he spit it so good that you saw it even in slow motion. You saw it just fully come out, hit him, everything. Also, I don't know if Joe Burrow, so as of 28 minutes ago, Joe Burrow is a full participant in practice, but Zach Taylor is saying, the Bengals head coach is saying that he hasn't played any 11-on-11 drills, most likely will not start this game. And if I was the Bengals, I would not have him start this game.
I would not have him start this game, bro. Not at all.
Especially you're going to be 3-7, 3-8 after this. And then after this, you have Ravens, Bills, Ravens again, Dolphins, Cardinals,
and the Patriots,
Browns.
You know what's crazy? The Patriots are only -5.5.
Yeah, in Cincinnati, but again,
and the spread it opened at -7 for the Pats, and everybody's betting Bengals for this one because it dropped down to fucking 5.5, dude. Which okay. Like, I guess people really think the Patriots just aren't that good and they've had an easy schedule. Again, they have, but again, they've been playing top defenses. I don't care what those other teams' records are. They are good defenses, and you watch them play, and yes, they lose games, but they are keeping teams to a very small, offensive margin. So,
yeah,
I got to go with the Pats in this one, man.
Remember when the Bengals, after they beat the Steelers and then they lost that 1-point game to the Jets, it was like before that Jets game, it was like, the Bengals win this, they're 5-5 or they're 4-4 at that point, or 3-4, whatever it was. It was like that window of time where it was like, if the Bengals are going to run here and then all of a sudden Burrow's going to come back, they might have a shot. At this point, you're going to be 3-7 after this week, 3-8. Why are you even bringing Joe Burrow back? For what? Why? We already know he's a good quarterback.
If I was Joe Burrow, I'd say, no, I don't want to play. Yeah.
Well, if you're the coaching staff, if you're the owners, you're like, why are we going to try to sacrifice this guy for just a completely lost season? Let's just kind of mail it in with what we've been doing, get a better draft pick, reload for next year, and make sure Burrow is 100% healthy, because there's rumors he came into this season, a little banged up to begin with, and then got another injury on top of it. So if you're the Bengals ownership, the coaches, everybody on that staff, why the hell would you want Burrow to come back this season? It's already over.
Because it's the
done.
Bengals and they're freaking idiots.
But as far as this game goes, we're both going Patriots. I do think there's a chance this is blowout of the week. That Bengals defense, the Bengals defense right now currently is 32nd in the league. They are allowing over 420 yards per.
They're one of the worst. They can't stop the run, and you get Ramondre Stevenson back on top of who is now, in my opinion, the number one back for the Pats in
100%.
Travion Henderson, 100%. And so you got two good running backs, right? Two good running backs, and then you have one of the most efficient passing quarterbacks in the league, and in my opinion, the best deep ball thrower in the league with Drake May. That this game should be just points on points on points.
Yeah, this is in contention for blowout of the week. Same with the Lions game, same with the Ravens game, same with Seahawks game. So there's a lot of chances for blowout of the week, because this is the week where we see a lot of good teams play a lot of bad teams. That's why we had so many ugly games, and that was the good, the mid, and the ugly. Week 12 edition. And that's all for the sports podcast. We actually had a lot of people watching this episode, coming in and out, a lot of people commenting. So thanks for that. Go check us out on TikTok. If you only want to listen to the audio version, go find us basically wherever you get your podcast. Anything to say before we get out of here, Casino?
I'm going to watch some more Community.
There you go.
If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's a must.
This has been the Only Sports Podcast. We didn't get any purple on the show, so there you go. This has been the Only Sports Podcast. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. I will see you on Friday with the power rankings. Casino, get me your power rankings in. A lot of shakeups since last week. A lot of big teams kind of went down. So a lot of shakeups on the power rankings.
Yeah, BJ's got Seattle at 32nd.
Maybe. I mean, who knows? But join me on Friday for Power Rankings. We'll also reveal the newest Super Bowl bubble, a thing we made up on the show that everybody loves so much they just keep copying it. But this has been the Only Sports Podcast. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. Check us out on TikTok. Adios. Oh, no, I don't have the outro. I never have the outro.